What's up, cash flow contractors? Khalil here. We've got another episode for you this week, and we're talking about building a growth foundation for your company, specifically around sales and marketing. Really excited about this episode because we walk through exactly the services that we offer at Benali for contractors to help them grow their business more effectively through a growth foundation. Excited for you to listen, and if you've got further questions after the episode, we'd love to have a strategy call with us. You can book a strategy call with us in the show notes below. If you have any questions, please reach out to us via email. But excited for you to listen to this episode. Please share it with anybody that you think might find value in it.
Less stress, more time, more money. Welcome to the Cash Flow Contractor. Short.
How should we start?
Luna Piena.
Is Luna Piena?
That means full moon.
Okay.
That's how we start. Whenever I see a full moon, when I'm out walking my dogs is usually when it is. And we have a full moon right now or very close. I always text my daughter in Colorado and say, she lived in Italy, speaks Italian. Luna Piena.
Luna Piena.
And just letting her know I'm thinking about it.
Oh, that's
and
good.
that way we don't argue about anything because I'm not saying anything political. No. Anyway, Luna Piena. So it happens to be, maybe not when you're listening, but when we're recording this is Luna Piena.
Luna Piena, full moon. I think, we're talking about a growth foundation today, and I think there's a lot of contractors out there that are really busy with the demand that's in the market right now. I mean, everything is crazy in real estate, crazy in remodeling, new construction, housing shortage. There's work to be done, but they don't necessarily have the right kind of work, right? They might just be saying yes to whatever job comes their way, which causes a lot of frustration, causes a lot of
Losses.
losses, inefficiencies in your processes, all that kind of stuff. And so I think a growth foundation can help with that, and excited to talk about that today.
So what do you mean by
Well,
growth foundation?
I don't mean a growth foundation of growing your business entirely in terms of the capacity you have, machinery and internal project management systems and that kind of stuff.
In good books.
Good books.
That should always be first.
There's a lot of things that go into a good business foundation, but as far as the growth side of it, sales and marketing, that's what I mean by a growth foundation. Something that allows you to do good sales, good marketing, and actually grow your business at scale without a lot of these inefficiencies, something that ultimately will fill your pipeline with the right kind of deals, not just whatever.
I don't know if you were going to get to it or not, but it occurred to me while you were talking. Everybody listening will know what this is, but it's the sine wave, the cyclical nature of I'm marketing. I get to work, which there's a lot of right now. And then I'm busy doing the work.
So you're not marketing.
When I bump out the other end and say, hey, I don't have any leads.
Yeah.
And so it's a persistent, constant marketing. You can turn it up and turn it down, but it needs to be out there all the time.
All the time, so that, it's selling while you sleep.
Right.
And it's bringing in
selling while you're busy, because you
selling
can
while
always
you're
tell
busy.
them I can't get to that for 6 months, but at least you're still in the game.
Exactly. So that's what we mean by a growth foundation.
So tell me what this is, marketing and sales area. That's more your area. So what are the elements of a good growth foundation?
Yeah, there's a lot that we're going to walk through. The first thing is I'm just going to mention a website, right?
Wait, a what?
Yeah. So there was this thing called the .com boom.
.com. That was back in the turn of the century. So website.
No, you need a really good website, a website that converts. And I think that's a distinguishing factor for a lot of people, is that they have a website, but they treat it more of like a business card, right? A digital business card. And for contractors, that might have been okay for a while, but you're really missing out on so many opportunities, and you're making it to where you have to receive a phone call to do work. And that's just not how it should be. A website not only will market for you better than you can and operate 24/7, but it'll also allow you to have things digital and to run through a funnel, and for things to just work a lot more smoothly than you having to pick up the phone and decide whether you should take the call. It's a lot of times it's spam or it's not something that's a lead, and then you're not ready for the lead when they do call. But the website can fix a lot of those things. And so you want a website that converts. What I mean by that, a website that is well designed, a website that has a call to action on it, a website that showcases your work, and a website that will qualify leads for you, allow leads to qualify or disqualify themselves. That's a really essential part of a growth foundation, because right now you're probably getting a lot of your leads through word of mouth referrals. This website is going to help you close those word of mouth referrals even better than you are right now, but it's also going to bring in new sources of leads that you haven't been tapping into that's going to allow you to grow well. So that's why we have the website there.
You're the one who put me on to inbound marketing, which is a little bit of what you're describing.
Mm-hmm.
Rather than interruptive yelling at people, they can find you. But I've written a lot of blogs on my website, and I get calls that they can schedule a call with me.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't believe I've ever had any, I know, yes, I have, but very high conversion rate on those. I have no idea who these people are. And I get a call, pops up on my calendar, and I call them up. They already know basically everything about me from having been on my website and read my articles. And at that point, all I can do is blow it.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, they're just calling up to confirm. And then how much does it cost? That's actually on my website too, but most people can't find it.
Yeah.
Because I hide it. No, it's not hidden, but they don't find it. So anyway, that's what you're talking about in the conversion.
Yeah, exactly.
Doing all that work.
And you're a business coach, but it's the same thing for contractors.
Anything.
There are contractors that if you're bidding work, your website's not necessarily going to bring in new leads all the time, but it will get you some requests for bids. Right. But if you're working directly with a homeowner or a building owner of any kind, and they're trying to get pricing from you or talk to you and help let you work on their project, your website will still do the exact same thing. If you have 15 projects with great photos and a little description of what you actually did for them for each project, the customer that visits your website is going to look through all those things and already to say, hey, I want exactly what you did for this project. That's exactly what I'm looking for. I want this tweaked.
Other thing on that too, I know you're doing it with people, and I've got clients who do it, is, I had a pool guy, and his average pool starts at $65,000, and he went to a sales call here a couple of weeks ago, clear across, 20 miles away. The guy goes, well, I already got a bid for $27,000. And he told my client, he said, well, if you can't compete. Anyway, my client goes, God, I drove, it's a half a day driving over here, right?
Yeah.
So what people do, and I know you've done it on websites, that maybe you're getting low ballers or people don't know.
Yep.
You're doing custom work, so you can't say exactly what their job's going to cost, but you can show 3 samples of your work and say, this is $15,000 to $25,000 work. This is $26,000. Yeah, give them ranges, and they can look and go, oh, I thought you could remodel your kitchen for $800.
Yeah.
And just not call you. And that, you think, oh, I want them to call. No, you don't want the guy who thinks a pool costs $27,000 or a kitchen costs $800 to waste your time.
Well, how that the guy that's wasting your time, he's not doing it intentionally. He wouldn't have called if he knew that it was going to be, a lot less, half the price is what he thought it was going to be, but it's not. It's double that. So that's the first thing, and so much comes from that. The next thing that we do in that growth foundation, and that you really need to think about, is a really good CRM, a customized CRM to your processes.
What's a CRM stand for?
Customer Relationship Manager. It's going to be that, that
Software.
one place to look for sales and marketing, right? Yeah. And it's going to allow you to see contact information whenever somebody does submit that form on the website or emails you. It pulls them into that CRM. It keeps all their contact information nice and neat. It timestamps it so you can search by date. Allows you to track your deals that you're working on, what jobs you need to bid, what jobs you need to meet with, what jobs have closed, lost that you didn't win, and what was the reasoning behind that. So there's just so much that comes with that CRM that's going to allow you to just operate a lot more efficiently and not wonder, man, where is all that stuff that I need? Where I can't remember where I wrote down that information. It's in the CRM.
Right.
One place to look, not just for you, but the people on your team as well. So that's one big thing. And then the next, with the CRM tied into it, is the integrated accounts. Getting all of your accounts integrated into the CRM. What do I mean by accounts? If you've tried doing digital marketing at any point recently, you probably have a Facebook account, an Instagram account, probably LinkedIn, maybe Twitter. You've also got a Google My Business account, a Google Ads account, a Google Analytics account. Then you have to worry about your Facebook Pixel, and you've got to worry about, all these different things. Your Facebook Business Manager, now Meta Business Manager, they changed names. All these different things. It's a lot of different places to look. If you can integrate all of those accounts together into your website and into your CRM, it'll save you so much time, so much hassle, and allow you to...
You won't miss things. I don't know how many clients tell me, I never even called them back, and they didn't not call them back intentionally. They didn't have the one place to look, which we talked about in the prior episode, and they just missed them.
Yep.
So you spend all that money to be in business and to market business, and then you just don't call them back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this growth foundation with just those 3 areas really makes you so much more efficient. And
3 areas.
Yeah,
Website,
I've only covered
CRM.
3 so far, right?
What was the first?
The integrated accounts, right?
Oh, we're already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
with even just those 3, it's going to make you so much more efficient. A good analogy for you is like, hey, we're building cabinets, and about out of every sheet that we put on the CNC machine, every 10 sheets, we get 1 that actually works well, right? And that allows us to build cabinets. The rest we just kind of throw away. I mean, that is not an efficient business model or manufacturing for cabinets. You need every single sheet to work well.
Right.
You want to have as little defects as possible. Like 99 out of 100 sheets that go on the CNC machine work out, and there is that 1% that just doesn't, right? That's how you want it to be for your marketing. Anybody that comes to your website is a really good deal for you, a really good opportunity, and they usually close. And there's little education that we have to do, and the sales process is smooth and simple. That's what your goal is. You want it to make sure it is as clean as possible. So even with just those 3, you're going to be on a good track, but there's other things that you need to be able to grow well, right? Those are just whenever the deal actually comes to you and the person comes to you. But what about going and creating that demand, going and getting in front of people, promoting in front of people? There's a few things that you need there. You need really strong messaging. That's just the language that you use on your website to communicate with customers. And a lot of people make a mistake by putting up on there, like, we have the finest processes and quality, and
guarantee.
We've been in business for this long. It's just invisible words.
Right.
And it doesn't really mean anything. And it doesn't actually speak to the customer's challenges, goals, pains, frustrations, obstacles, needs. All of those things matter to the customer, and you want to speak that language, especially if you're working directly with like a homeowner. It's an emotional purchase. We've talked about that on this podcast. And it's an emotional process for them of, man, this is my project. And they may only work with a contractor once in their life on this kind of project. And so you want to make sure that you're speaking to those emotions and you're solving those pains for them. So you can do that through strong messaging. We use brand scripts at Benali for contractors, and a couple other processes as well. But that's a really good resource that you can look up. StoryBrand brand scripts. If you want to find that, we'll try to link to it in the show notes. But strong messaging is going to help you on your website with the language you use, but also on every other channel that you use, maybe email marketing, maybe Facebook or Instagram, anywhere that you use words, that messaging is going to help.
StoryBrand is a book. What is
brand scripts? It's the framework that they use inside of StoryBrand. If you go to storybrand.com, I believe you can find the brand scripts tool on there, but it's really basic. It's the 7-step process. Then after, along with messaging, you want to be visually appealing whenever you're doing your marketing. And so you want to have uniform design. You want to make sure that you're using the same colors, the same fonts, the same logo across all of your design that goes out on your website, that goes out on your ads, that goes out on your social posts, that goes in your emails, and anything that you print as well. If everything is uniform, it makes you more attractive to the customer, but it also makes it easier for you. If you have all that stuff templated, now whenever you need to go run an ad, it's not, oh, well, what should it look like? What colors should we use? No, we have a template for that. We just fill it in and then we get it out there. And so those things allow you to have a really strong foundation for growth. And from there, you can start to build upon that foundation. You can expect immediate results by just having that foundation, because the people that were already coming to your website, but then leaving, now have a reason to stay,
Mm-hmm.
and they go through that process. Or people that were already following you on social media are going to see that there's a little bit of a change and it looks more appealing and it's speaking their language. Wow, I'm going to check this out a little bit more. So you're going to get more results because your conversion rate's going to go up a little bit, but you do need to build on that foundation. And you do that through content. You do that through promotion, and having a really good strategy for those things. Really.
And what is content? I mean, I think most people know, but
I mean, content is anything you put out there. Content is the conversations you have. Content is the blog post that you put out there, the social post you put out there. Content is the case study that you have. All of that is content.
Videos,
ads, yeah, everything, right? This podcast is content right now.
And one thing I like to make a point about content is, well, all of these, they also have to be good.
Yeah.
Right? You can put out content that may help with SEO or something like that, but if nobody reads it because you're wasting their time or you're just speaking platitudes.
And here's the thing. Most contractors can actually do good content because if they've grown their business to a certain size, they've been good at content, but that content has always been delivered one-to-one. It's been inside of the sales conversation, a phone call, a meeting, whatever it is. You've done a good job of being able to educate the customer and then get them to believe in what you're selling and then buy from you. And so if you're successful at doing that right there, if you can translate that into written words, into videos, into podcasts, whatever it is,
you can leverage it.
You can leverage it
for you at 3 a.m. when some insomniac is looking for a remodeling project and they can hear your words and watch your video.
Exactly. And I mean, you do it. You're going and consuming content. There's people out there that need your services, your products, that are consuming content. So why don't they just consume yours? So that's kind of the foundation, and then how you build it upon it from there. It's not enough just to build the content, by the way. You do have to promote it, which that's why I say content and promotion. So you've got to build the content out and create it, but then you also have to get it out there. And the getting it out there is about 90%. The building the content's about 10%. Right. And so that you get it out there through running ads on social channels, on Google, on YouTube, many other platforms, but then also distributing it. I mean, a really simple distribution is just, whenever you're having a sales conversation, hey, here's this content that we created, or somebody fills in the form on your website, automatic email with, hey, here's what it means to work with us. Here's a really nice ebook PDF for you to read through, or a video for you to watch, right? You've got to distribute that content. So all in all, that's a growth foundation.
So what I heard you talk about was the importance of a website in a CRM, creating integrated accounts so that you're not looking at 150 different places, strong messaging, which takes some talent and you have to pay a little of attention to what that means. A uniform design, which in my case is somebody else doing it.
Probably should be in everybody's case.
Yeah. I mean, professional, that's all real subjective. And I've had that conversation recently, but boy, there's some really good stuff and there's some really bad stuff.
Yeah.
And I can't necessarily tell you why, but everybody recognizes it sometimes except you. But, and then content and promotion, getting the content on through in the everything you do.
Yeah.
And getting it out there, making it enticing people to read it.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, like you said before, that foundation for growth is going to make things so much more efficient.
Right.
And then that's going to keep you at a good baseline for the most part. That content and strategy piece, or content and promotion piece, is that dial that you can turn up or turn down.
Right.
Hey, we really need some work. Let's turn up the ads. Oh, we're swamped right now. Let's turn them down a little bit.
And this is hard for a lot of people because there's expense in here. Typically, without necessarily seeing immediate results.
Yeah.
But like my website, I don't know how long ago you had me doing it. Now I'm seeing results. I don't think there was much for a year as I built content and stuff.
Yeah.
But now I just get calls.
Yeah. Well, and if you're already getting business through your website and it's not optimized for conversions and it's not educating people, the call to actions aren't clear, or you're getting business from social media, anything digital, if you build that growth foundation, your conversion rate, the people that come to your website and then turn into a lead or turn into an opportunity or into a customer, all those conversion rates are going to go up automatically.
Spend less time with tire kickers and hosers who want to
exactly
criticize what you do.
Exactly. So Yeah, and if this is something that you're interested in, this is what we offer at Benali. We do this for contractors. So if you want to build a growth foundation and invest in that for not just, the next 3 months, but something that you can invest in over the long term by just having that foundation in place, it's something that will serve you well, and we'd be happy to talk.
Okay. Well, another kind of short, right?
Yeah. All right.
Okay. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, Martin. Hey, Cashflow Contractors. Hope that you enjoyed that episode on building a growth foundation for your company. I hope that you see the value in having that growth foundation. And if you want to take the next step, book a strategy call below with us. We at Benali love to help contractors build that foundation so they can grow effectively, not just in the next few months, but really for the long term. If you have any questions about it or want to reach out, want to hear more on this kind of topic, send us an email. And as always, please share this with any contractors that you think might find value in it, and follow us on any social media account that you're active on. Thanks. Have a great week with less stress, more time, and more money in your business.
Thanks for listening to The Cashflow Contractor. Check out our website in the show notes or visit thecashflowcontractor.com.